Zero Cool here, back again with another video, and I'm here with Kingslayer because we about to talk about these beautiful characters for our nice little series of future-proof characters, Volume 1. We're going to start on some heroes because, well, you got to obviously hit the heroes campaign first because it takes a little bit, but we were going over thinking about which characters we should use, and when it comes down to it, it really is... there's a few characters here. We just picked 5 right out the blue just to see that, hey, this is exactly what you should be focusing on for long-term use, because there are heroes out there that might just be like, why did I spend this stuff? So I don't want to spend anything that I don't want to. I want to use my resources wisely. But going over Kingslayer, man, how do you feel about these 5 here?
Well, I actually feel good about the characters just in the early accessibility of how you're going to get the characters, how they're going to perform, not only in the campaigns for heroes, but also in some of the other game modes. So as far as raids are concerned, which for me as an earlier player, I started a new account, and a lot of this has to do with what characters are doing early success, not only in raids, but also in an arena, and just overall not feeling bad about putting materials into these characters long term.
Yeah, I mean, you did start a new account, so you're trying to push out here, and you got Gambit pretty easily through, I believe, codes, right? Code for it.
Yeah.
So you need Gambit. Captain America is pretty easy to get going forward. Cyclops was a logging calendar for this one.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he's not a bad character. He's not great, but he's not bad. Hulk, I mean, Hulk's always been easy to get. They've just shoved Hulk shards down our throat for years. But hey, if you can get him, he's still a relatively pain to try to defeat, especially at higher levels. And then we got Gamora, which Infinity Watch is still holding up. They're still holding up, and
dude, I don't even understand it. I don't understand why Infinity Watch has been that one team, minus Sinister Six, that has just been able to just stand the test of time for so long. Like, no matter where, in every game mode, I'm seeing an Infinity Watch team, whether it be War, Cosmic Crucible, anywhere, like, they are still there, and still a very respectable squad. So, the fact that we get our hands on them so early, especially with Gamora, being the centerfold of that team with Warlock, and, ooh, I gotta just say, I might have to put my Gamora up a little bit higher on my baby account, to be honest with you. I might have to put a little bit more respect on the name.
I mean, they're still useful. They can still mess up people in War. They can still mess up people in CC, even though, like you said, Sinister Six kind of destroys them. I don't know why, but they're still a very, very, very powerful team, which is, suffice it to say, with other teams that slowly just drop off into the abyss, and we never really see them again. But Infinity Watch is still holding strong. And I would definitely say, out of the 5 characters, Gambit and Gamora do probably the most damage out the gate. Hulk and Captain America are mostly like, they just keep healing, which makes it annoying. And Cyclops, you get him early, but he's really more effective with other X-Men and Extreme X-Men now because he's useful for more raids. So definitely, 2 months ago, I would have said, no, don't even think about Cyclops, just keep on rolling. But now, if you can use him in the raids, especially in some of the Gamma raids where it just says X-Men, you can use some of the Extreme X-Men. So you're getting some good work out of them, which is great. I want to make sure that if you're a new player, you're coming out and you're not going to misuse all the stuff that you get, because you do get a lot of resources. However, you want to make sure you're managing them right, because this game is all about resource management, unless Scopely messes up and you get a whole bunch of more resources for free, which we hope they do, every now and then. But I would say these 5 are pretty ridiculous to have. However, we do got 2 others that seem to be fairly easy to get. Icarus, as you said, being in the raid store. So
Yes, yes, yes. Icarus is hella early now. Beforehand, raids used to be, I mean, at least for me, raids are the most important part of the game because I'm only level 42 on the baby account. And right now, the only thing I have accessible to do on the daily is arena, blitz, and raids. I can't do Cosmic Crucible, I can't do war. I can't even donate to my alliance right now. So being able to have the raid be my current end goal for me, like at least in the current, is being able to get that rate currency based off of these amazing teams that we just talked about, whether that be Gambit, whether that be Cyclops, being able to finish those raids, getting that currency, going into that raid store, which, like we said, is one of the only ones I have access to. The currency for Icarus is stupid now. Like, it used to be grinding. You used to have to peel and just pull away from Scopely's clutches to get these Icarus shards, bro. I won't even talk about the premium orb drops. Man, but now the way Icarus drops, when it comes to the raid payout, he's only 1,400 credits as opposed to some of the other big baddies in there, like a Miss Marvel Hardlight, that's going to be up in the 2,400. So being able to pop in Icarus, he only costs 45 for the unlock. That means you only got to rotate about 5 times as far as getting that sort of refresh. Come on, baby. You get Icarus dropping on day 2 tops. That's nasty, man. That is a nasty character, especially when you use him, like we're going to talk about as well, to get our big and baddie Miss Kizzy. So go ahead and let's talk about Kizzy. Let's get it. Let's talk about her.
She's pushing out it. Well, before if you got Kestrel at the premium orbs or the ultimates or however you could get her, and then poof, they're like, you know what? We need to drop Kestrel somewhere. Let's drop her in Dark Dimension 1. And all you got to do is do it twice. So for newer players, doing Dark Dimension 1 was what I was told first was go do Dark Dimension 2 before you do Dark Dimension 1 because it was just basically some gear that you get. But you could get Ultron in Dark Dimension 2. So screw Dark Dimension 1. Now it's like, no, go do Dark Dimension 1, get Kestrel, unlock Kestrel for the pinging. That's all you really want her for. She slaps like no other. I love Kestrel, and the quicker you can get her maxed out, the more your roster will love it. Because she is just a beast all around. And Icarus and Cersei, the Eternals, they still, even with the fact that they haven't actually gotten a stat boost in a while, they're still carrying it. They're still going around and just slapping people as a duo, which is nuts. So either of these characters are very good for the new player, and you can access Icarus pretty quickly, and you could use Icarus to go ahead and unlock Kestrel, which is these two, plus however you can get Cersei if you can. It just makes Icarus even more of a pain. But the faster you get these two, your roster will definitely love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then just having Kestrel and Gambit, at least in my arena shard and my raids everywhere, is just disgusting. Now understand, I'm level 42 and I did not get Kestrel through Dark Dimension 1 because I ain't got there yet, right? However, the game does gift you 50 ultra cores. Every account gets 50 ultra cores when you start as a new player. It's up to you how you want to utilize that. Your boy just knows Kestrel is all about that work. That's that. I just knew we just know what's going on with Kestrel. So if they gonna give you the ability, it was between Kestrel and I think I had Kang. But the problem with Kang is he's still 100 on the unlock. So 50 shards of him would not have got the unlock. But Kizzy, we got the unlock with her. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do this. So as soon as I unlocked her, put her upgraded, baby, I am ripping through my content. Her and Gambit, like you talked about with the ping damage alone, they passively kill more than their abilities do. It's crazy. They don't even really take the turn. Like, they'll take the first turn, and whatever's left standing will think about taking a turn, and then they'll just get pinged to death before they try. Like, it's just hilarious. I love it. It carries in arenas. It carries in raids. It carries in my blitzes. Like, it's just not... It's just a whole different game for me as a new player than it was when I first started and had to grind. And I best, like, we were just starting with Luke Cage, Spider-Man, and we were just upgrading these Bullseye. I don't even want to talk about how I put my Bullseye. No. But now we have the option to not only that, having the content creators, the community, to be able to point out that some of these characters, baby, long term might not be it. And this is just a great resource for not only us as content creators to go through and just have a different perspective, but also for those players that might not be thinking about, oh, okay, well, I was thinking about just doing it for a longevity perspective, not being put into account. Because I know players that before I started messing with them, they didn't even know what horsemen were, but they had Scarlet Witch as the highest character on their whole team because they were just deep into WandaVision and that was their favorite show. And they just didn't know that that was how it was. So then they were just rocking in. I love you, Mark, by the way, if you're watching this. But if you got, if you rocking Wanda and Captain and Spider-Man and Thor because you're deep into Avengers and that's, you just love the Avengers as a squad, it just doesn't hold up in the meta. And then that's where we are when it comes to these amazing kits that they're releasing today. Power creep is stupid in this game, baby. It's crazy. It is ridiculous. But some of these kits that we're talking about when it comes to Kestra, when it comes to Gambit, that's why we're talking about this future proof, because I'm using these guys consistently. I'm using Gambit in Dark Dimension 6. I'm using Kestra. Like, I will not, like, these characters are gross. And that is why we talk about future proof, baby. That's why we use that word.
Yeah, these characters are not going anywhere anytime soon. They're always going to be around, even though they keep shoving Hulk shards down our throat. You know, these characters will hold up long term for newer players. And even as a veteran player myself, I played a long time. These characters are still being used, which is crazy. However, I would love other Avengers to be useful. Like, you know, Iron Man is legendary, but it doesn't feel legendary. Black Widow's usually mostly for defense. And I don't know, maybe Scopely just wants to snowplow Hawkeye just like, you know, in reality. But Hawkeye hasn't gotten nothing. He's gotten nothing. No stats, no nothing. Yet his kit looks amazing, but he's got nothing to do. He's just sitting out there going, well, can I get some type of love? No, they're not giving it to him. So these characters we're going to try to push out for future proof. More so that way we know that you can utilize your resources better, because Scopely wants you to use your resources everywhere. They want you to beef up every minion in the game if possible and just screw you over. We don't want to. We want to make sure you're future-proof. You get to use these characters wisely and you get some enjoyment out of it, because some of these animations are pretty goddamn cool. They really are, which makes it even better.
I'm not even gonna front. Cyclops on here, I picked him based, so like at least 72% of me picking him was because of his amazing animations with the way he takes out somebody, bro. The way he stacks bodies is so merciless, so disrespectful. When he stalks you, puts you on the back, you doing the whole backup, you doing the whole Eddie Guerrero, please, I'm sorry, I'm done, and he don't care. He still obliterates you on the spot, burns you into... He's supposed to be a hero. He's supposed to be the leader of the X-Men, and he's got the most Black Air Force energy out of any X-Men character on this team. Like, this is hilarious. I love Cyclops. That's me. That's a personal preference.
I can't disagree with you. He just comes up and he just pummels you with the damn beam right into the ground. You're like, damn, you're dead. That's it. You're done. You're done. You're done. But yeah, we're gonna come out with some more videos. This is volume 1. We will definitely come out with some more in there. Probably talk some more about the villain nodes too, because once you get to that, you're really they constrict you on who you want to use. But we're gonna make sure that we try to give you as many characters as you can that can stand the test of time, because some heroes just fall off. Even though they've had like 3 or 4 reworks, they just don't seem to hold up with the rest of the meta. And even though you might like Wolverine or the original Thor in this game, they just don't hold up. They don't. They really don't. And you really want them to, because you're like, I'm invested. I love Wolverine. Oh, Hugh Jackman again. Yay. Oh my God. Iron Man. This should be nuts. But they gave you Infinity War Iron Man. And you're like, it's still not good. But it's used just for Pegasus. And it's like, no, I would love to have Iron Man be standalone and great. But he's not. And there's no point in utilizing your resources and characters that are not going to have longevity, because this game is all about resources. You only get a finite of them unless you open up that thing called the wallet, and you know we're not going to. So we're going to keep it as, hey, just Focus on these characters. You can use other characters, but we're just giving you top 5 for the moment that seem to be very, very, very long term. And I'm the veteran. I got a huge roster, so I know what happens at the end of the game. And we got Kingslayer over here knocking it out, the newer part of the game, which is great because now we can have a contrast of, hey, this is what I see at the end for the characters that you're using. Let's make sure we let people know what's up, so that way you guys don't mess up. I really don't want you guys to mess up. But anything else you want to let these guys know, King? Anything else?
I love you. I love you so very much. We all love you. You are valued, and you are to be taken seriously. Just want to let you know that. Just value yourself. That's all I got to say, baby.
Here's the value. So, I value myself with my hat. But hey. Yes, this is our nice start to the series for Future Proof Volume 1. We'll definitely come out with some more villains, and we'll try to, focus on more characters towards the newer, the first part of the game, so that way everybody can, choose who you want to use. But these are the characters that we are seeing that are still in the meta, that are still actually being used. At some point, we're going to try to avoid characters that are, kind of just put on defense, because you don't really use them. They're just there, but, I mean, whatever, Scopely. War defense needs to go away. Just needs to go away. Literally, just needs to go away. Just give us war tags and let us figure it out. So that way we can have fun with these characters. That's what we want. But is there any other shout-outs you want to do, King? Anything else you want to let everybody know before we bounce?
Just want to let you guys know I love you as a community in general, and then also do check us out over at Kingslayer Gaming LLC. You got to add the LLC, baby, otherwise you can't find me. Make sure you check us out on Twitch as well, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday evenings, 4:20 Mountain Standard Time. I'm switching it up. No longer 5 p.m. MST. We got it 4:20. If you know, baby. We'll see you there. I was about to say that's so catchy as hell. You find them at 4:20, like, wow. You can't remember that. I don't know what it is, but Kingslayer, all his links will be down in the description below. Make sure to check him out on Twitch. Make sure to go hit him up on YouTube. Just give him comments, give him likes, just do whatever. If you want, if you like this video, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. That's great. If you want to dislike this video, don't be bogus. Double up and hit the dislike button twice, because might as well just double up on it. That's a good thing to do. So, but for me here, we're cool, and Kingslayer, man, we are rolling out. Deuces.
Everybody loves Hydra Cat, but he's just a pain, man. He's just a pain in my ass. He really is. I don't like him. But I'm stuck with him, so la-di-da.